Okay guys, today we're going to look at dancer's pose, and I would recommend getting a strap for this position. We are probably going to just stay with the basics of dancer's pose rather than coming into the full expression. But if you get into the full expression, that is great. So we're going to take the strap just down to start. Again, this is going to be on one foot, so hence it being a balancing pose. Again, you want to get nice and active through that standing leg. We're going to start by balancing on our left leg. Now, our left hand in dancer's pose is going to come out in front of us. I like to connect my first finger and my thumb together. This just gives me I can push them together if I feel like I'm going to fall. And then our other hand is going to come out to the side like a little hook. Okay, so step one is trying to get that foot into the hook. Okay, now if balance isn't with you, just grab onto the wall. So you're going to take the weight into the left leg. You're going to start to lift that foot. You might have to bend the knee, reach down for that foot, but then you're going to grab that foot in your hand. Okay, so your fingers are out to the side and you're holding the big toe in the palm of your hand. Now, if that's not possible and you can't get your foot, just create a little loop, okay, in your strap and place your foot into that. And then you can just start to stand like so. Good, okay, so that is step one. We're either holding the foot with the strap or with our hand. Now from here, what we want to work on is getting our knee to point down and not taking our knee out to the side. So dancer's pose, people often come into this dog wee position. Okay, we don't want to do that. We want the knee to stay facing down. Now what you're probably noticing is a stretch across the shoulders of the chest. Dancer's pose is a back bend, okay? So if you're wondering what dancer's pose is where we hold the foot, okay? We lean forwards, we start to kick into our hand, and I'm coming into a back bend. So I'm opening up my chest here. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of balance, and of course a lot of mobility. So again, let's just start in that first position, grabbing onto the foot with the hand or the strap. And then from here, just see if you can take your left hand out and stay put, okay? Trying it out for a moment, and then switching to the other side. So weight goes into the right foot, hand comes out like a claw, other hand forwards or hold onto the wall. Start to lift the foot. If you can't get the foot, grab your strap. Otherwise, grab a hold of that foot. You want to get your knee down and that it's in line with the other foot. And then just seeing how this feels. Try not to lock out that standing leg. Good. Okay. Nice. That is step one of dancer's pose. It's just simply stretching into the quadriceps on the front of the leg, which is your hip flexors. And then as you start to come into dancer's pose, those hip flexors are going to have to work harder. So step two, and you can do this with a wall if you want. I almost encourage it with a wall at first so you can start to feel into it. People rush in dancer's pose to tip down, okay? And then they look like this. I'm not getting a back bend, okay? My hip flexor isn't getting a stretch. All I'm doing is hinging from my hip and taking it down, okay? So this is the exact same position, and all I'm doing is hinging in my hip. So what we want to do at the start of dancers, and you can hold your hand up, or if balance is good, otherwise hold the wall, is you're going to start to kick into your hand, okay? This is where the back bend's going to start. As you kick into your hand, your shoulder is going to be pulled back and your hip flexors, this anterior side, is going to start to stretch. Now, this is where the dog wee stuff starts to come in, because as people stretch the leg back, they just take the leg out to the side, okay, so that they don't have to take the back bend as intensely. So it doesn't matter how far back you go. And, I do encourage you to use a wall for this. Just start to kick. Keep the knee tracking down and just see how far you can go, okay? You're going to feel this across the chest, and just see if you can hold for maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, bring the knee back, let the leg go. Use your wall, switch to the other side, grab the leg, and if you're using a strap, I'll just show you what this looks like with a strap. Okay, so grabbing a hold of that foot with the hand or the strap. So from here, you just start to kick into that strap and let the leg go, okay? You might, as you kick, be able to grab the foot. Don't worry if you can't, but you're just doing the exact same thing. Good. Holding that for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. So dancer's pose at the beginning is really about just building this back bend, building what we call extension of the spine. Last step to dancer's pose, okay? Once you've got that foot, once you start to really kick into that hand, is going to be moving the other hand off the wall. So when you feel like, yeah, there's nowhere else I can go, then you can start to hinge forwards. Make sure you're not sending that knee out to the side. Keep that knee facing down. Look at one thing. Chest is open, thigh is open, hip is open. So you can try on the other side, and you can use the wall, okay? It's totally fine to use the wall. Grabbing hold of that foot. Kick first. Find that opening. Either tracing the fingers along the wall, maybe taking them off the wall. Keep that knee down. Look forwards. Open up the chest. See how you get on. That's Dancer's Pose. Many stages. Don't feel like you have to get to that finishing stage at all.